Concerned about security and us not knowing where we're going, so they're going to be blindfolding me and taking us to the next spot.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
We are about to reach 2 meters. Okay, you can stand here, don't move.
Wow.
Just wait. Okay, this is the tunnel entrance.
So we're having to take all of this off. Absolutely nothing is allowed down. We're having to give over our cameras, give over everything before we go down there. And we'll take their equipment from now on to make sure that there's absolutely zero tracking devices or any way of anyone knowing the location of where we're going to go.
These tunnels are built to be out of sight from Israel's drones and have been used in the past to launch attacks on their enemy.
Hamas has spent 2 decades building a labyrinth of deep defensive tunnels to resist any ground assault by Israeli troops. The extensive network is believed to be as much as 100 feet beneath the surface and make up a central part of the defenses for Hamas.
I'm in a tunnel under Gaza's border with Egypt that will be used to smuggle contraband into Gaza.
Harel Chorev, a military and Middle Eastern expert, told a German news outlet that Hamas has invested billions of US dollars in tunnels and claims that this money is said to have come from Qatar, Iran, and other Arab states. The tunnel entrances are hidden in the bottom floors of houses, mosques, and schools, while the territory's narrow streets and alleyways are expected to have been laid with booby traps and homemade bombs. According to Daphne Barak, an expert on ground warfare at Reichman University in Israel, in an interview with the Daily Telegraph, the tunnels beneath Gaza were deeper and more sophisticated than cross-border passages used to sneak into Israeli territory by the Gaza Hamas.
Now, we should not confuse the tunnels that are located inside the Gaza Strip that I just spoke about with those that are at the border, which Hamas digs crossing into Israeli territory. So these tunnels would be used for, infiltrating territory. Perhaps they were used on October 7th as well. The ones in the Gaza Strip, they are there to hold or to house the entire military apparatus of Hamas.
The ground warfare expert also told the BBC that the tunnels are different because Hamas is using them on a regular basis and are probably more comfortable to be in for a longer period of time. She said that Hamas leaders are hiding there. They have command and control centers. They use them for the transport and lines of communication in the Hamas militia. The tunnels are equipped with electricity, lighting, and even rail tracks. In fact, it is known that Hamas have even used motorcycles within the tunnels. Jonathan Conracus, an Israel Defense Force spokesman, said in a recent briefing, "Think of the Gaza Strip as one layer for civilians and then another layer for Hamas. We are trying to get to that second layer that Hamas has built." The Wall Street Journal says that the underground network was painstakingly built by throngs of Palestinian workers who used sophisticated machinery and thousands of tons of cement in a massive multi-year underground construction project into Israeli territory.
Over to the tunnel here. We're about 900 meters outside of Gaza, and this is a tunnel by Hamas. And now you can see behind me what this tunnel actually looks like. Goes way into the Gaza Strip there. Israelis found this. They use these tunnels to infiltrate Israel. And
Israel has unsuccessfully tried to put an end to the flow of military supplies coming into Gaza via the tunnels for years. But it seems that they now have developed a new strategy that it revolves around the IDF has been testing the chemical bombs which contain no explosives but are used to seal off gaps for tunnel entrances from which fighters may emerge. The bombs create a sudden explosion of foam that rapidly expands and then hardens. To further combat the tunnel network, the IDF will be equipped with special equipment to see underground, such as standard issue night vision goggles with an element of ambient light. As they get deeper into the tunnels, where all natural light is blocked out, troops will have to rely on thermal technology to see in total darkness. The IDF will also be equipped with novel radios optimized for working in extreme conditions. But despite all this, the sponge bombs is not without any flaws. Israel will also use robots and drones to help navigate the tunnels. In particular, the IDF has developed a small throwable drone that can be driven on large wheels via remote control. While in the tunnel, it can relay images back to a controller operating the device from a position of safety. As John Spencer, a former US major who chairs urban warfare studies at Modern War Institute at West Point, said, subterranean fighting is more like fighting underwater than fighting in buildings. Nothing used on the surface works in the same way or with the same efficiency underground. Mossab Hassan Youssef, a son of one of the founders of Hamas, who turned away from Hamas in the mid-1990s and worked as an informant for the Israeli Domestic Intelligence Service.
Mossab Hassan Youssef, he is the son of a Hamas founding father and later became one of Israel's top informants. He went undercover with Hamas from 1997 until 2007 on behalf of Israel's Shin Bet security services.
And in an interview with CNN said, and I quote, "I feel sorry for the Israeli army when it moved into Gaza now. There are booby traps everywhere, and then the dangerous tunnels. I don't know how many soldiers will die to smash Hamas. This is the most complicated mission that a modern army has to cope with in our time."